Hello people, today we are going to know about CS Card vendor badges. With the help of this add-on, an admin can assign badges to different vendors according to their performance. And the assigned badges can be viewed by the customer at front end, and customer can easily know about the accomplishments of the sellers, which certainly creates a level of trust and confidence among the customers. And CS Card vendor badges comes with an additional feature of banners management at vendor end, where vendors can easily add the desired banners on the store. For the online demonstration regarding the product, you can go to our webcool store and click on this demo button. And for the documentation regarding the same, please go through the user guide manual provided at the store. Let us now proceed towards the installation part of this add-on. This is my admin panel. Go to add-ons tab and click on manage add-ons. Now to upload and install a new add-on, click on this plus button and click on local and browse the zip file for vendor badges add-on and click on upload and install. Once the add-on is installed, you need to configure the settings of this add-on. This is vendors, banners and badges add-on. To manage the settings, click on this drop down and click on settings tab provided over here. Here you can view two different fields have been provided. The first one is the vendor badges. Here you need to select multiple if you want to assign multiple badges to a single vendor. And if you choose single over here, then the latest assigned badge will be visible at the front end. The next field provided over here is to select the sales period. Set the sales period on the basis of which sales amount condition will be applied. This means in between the period selected over here, the condition set at the back end for auto assignment of badges. This period selected over here will be considered. Next, coming to the mail templating tab, here you can set a template for the email which will be sent to the vendor once he gets assigned with a badge. Here you can view the user guide manual. The placeholders have been provided to set a mail body. Here you need to enter the subject for your mail, and here you can set the mail text and click on this save button. If you want to preview the text, you can click on this preview button provided over here. Let us save the settings by clicking on this save button. Now to view or manage the badges, you need to go to this vendors tab and go to vendors badges tab. Here you can view the badges list and assign badges. Let us click on badges list, where you will be able to view the badges added by the admin. And to add a new badge, you need to click on this plus button. Here you need to enter the name for your badge. Select the status for the badge. The next is to enter the priority for your badge. The least is the number entered over here. The higher will be the priority for that particular badge. The next is to enter the total number of vendors. Here you can enter the number of vendors to whom this badge will be assigned. After this number has reached, no further assignment of these badges will be done. The next is to enter the description for the badge. You need to select the image for the badge. You can upload the image by any of these means. The next is to enter the URL, which will be the target URL for your badge image. This means whenever your badge image is clicked, it will get redirected to the URL entered over here. Coming to the next tab, which is select vendor. Here you can select and add the vendors to whom you want this badge to be assigned. You can click on add vendors and close. Your vendors will get added to this badge. The next is to select the conditions. The first field provided over here is to auto enable the badge. If you enable it from here, this badge will get assigned to the vendors automatically on the basis of certain conditions entered over here. You can select any of the desired condition from here. You can add the condition to be number of orders by filling the criteria and value for the same. you need to continue by clicking on this create button. If you want to add more condition, you can click on this plus button and add various conditions as per your requirements. If you select the condition of sales amount over here, you need to enter the criteria and value for the same, and the sales amount will get calculated as per the sales period entered at the back end. Once it is done, you need to click on this create button provided over here. Now in order to assign the badges to the vendors manually, you need to go to this vendors badges tab again and click on this assign badge provided over here. So by selecting the vendor to whom you want to assign a badge from this list of vendor present over here, and you need to add the badges which you want to assign to the vendor. You can select multiple badges also and click on this add badges in closed. This means that your vendor will get assigned with these 2 badges manually. These badges will be viewed at the backend on this vendor's detail page. Let us open up the details of the desired vendor. Here you can view the badges tab has been created. By clicking on this badges tab, you will be able to view the badges assigned to this vendor along with the assignment time. And in case you want to remove this badge from this vendor, you can click on this drop down and click on this remove button, and this badge will get removed from this vendor. Now in order to view these badges at the vendor store at the front end, you need to add a block for the vendor badges. For that, you need to go to this designs tab and click on this layout button. Click on this vendor store where you need to add a block for the badges. Here you need to click on this plus button. As of now, we have created a badge block. Let us see the settings for this block. If you click on this plus button to add a block, you need to enter the name of the block and select the template for the block. Make sure you have created a new block, namely badge block, provided for this badge purpose. And for settings of the block, you need to click on this block settings tab where you can see the navigation options. If you select none, then there will be no navigation symbol will be available at front end. If you select dots, then dots will be available as a navigation symbol at the front end. And here you can select the delay for the navigation for the front end. This delay will be considered in seconds. Once it is done, you need to click on this save button. And that is how you can add a block on the desired position on the vendor store. Once this block is added for badges, the badges will get appeared on the vendor's profile page. Let me show you the front end view for this vendor badges, and let us see where the customer can be able to view the badges assigned to the vendors. Coming to the front end, here you will be able to view the vendor badges listed on the product detail page. Also, this vendor badge will be previewed on the vendor profile page. Let us proceed towards the vendor profile page. This is the vendor profile page. This is the vendor store page where all the products for this vendor will be listed along with this badge assigned to the vendors. And if you want to go to the vendor's profile page, you need to click on this vendors to view the profile of this. And here you will be able to view the vendor's profile along with the badges assigned to this vendors. Let us now come back to the banner management part of this add-on. As we already said that an admin can also manage the banners at vendor end, where the vendors will be able to add banners for their store. Let us open up the vendor panel view. In case an admin allows to show the vendor's banner on the vendor store, he need to add a block for vendor's banners as well. For that, you need to again go to the Designs tab and click on this layout. Go to this vendor store page to set the layout and click on this plus button to add a vendor banner. As you can see, we have added a vendor banner. If you click on the plus button and click on this add block, you need to create a new block via selecting the template like this. Here you need to give the name of the block. Let us give a name to be vendor banner block. The next is to choose the template for the vendor banner. Select the vendor banner as a template option and click on this create button. Once you create the block, you will be able to view that the block will get added on the desired location on the vendor's store. This is how the block for the vendor banner will get added. Now, in order to add a banner at backend from the vendor panel, let us go to the vendor panel and see how the banners can be added for the vendor store. Coming to the vendor panels, go to this vendors tab and click on vendors. Click on the vendor's name to edit the details of the vendors. Here you can view add-ons tab. Click on this. Here vendor banners and badges are listed, where you can upload the image for banner by clicking on any of the desired option to upload a banner image. And next you are provided with an option to enter the URL, which will be the target URL for this banner image. Once you add this, you need to click on save button and the desired banner will get appeared on the front end on the vendor store. Let me show you how the banner will look like. This is my front end panel. Let us click on the vendors to view the vendor store. Here the vendor store will get appeared, and this is how the vendor's banner will get appeared on this vendor store. And on clicking on this banner, the customer will get redirected to the target URL as entered in the backend settings of this banner. This is how you can manage the banners and badges at your store. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.